Welcome back to the channel, buddy, and I hope you're doing fine. We continue playing Rogue Trader, and just after skipping a couple of days of recording, going back to whatever you're doing is actually a little bit difficult. Nah, I mean just
as I planned.
Remember what you were doing. Stage.
Let us not do.
The side of this cogitator would be enough to break any tech priest's heart. The machine is leaning slightly on the side, grimy, covered in scroll drawings with frivolous writing scratched here and there on the case. In several cases are missing, and the rest are coated with dust. Pascal respirator lets out a moaning hiss before he says grimly, "The right of the operations has been repeatedly and blasphemously violated, requesting the identification and punishment of the deplorable acolyte entrusted with calling of the spirit of this machine. Try to repair cogitator." Let's try it. Succeed. I don't trust it. Really, after previous episode, I don't trust a couple of previous episodes. I don't trust even 100% now, because whenever you have 85%, you're failing. This is more like XCOM 2, yeah, Singy. Whatever less than 99% is fail, automatically fail. Okay, after a series of creaks and groans, the cogitator desolation slides up on the several lines of text section headed presumably size. The machine spirits of this cogitator is aggrieved but willing to serve. Accompanied by the cracking of the binary prayers, Pascal Mehendrides gently places a couple of keys lying on the floor back into the place. Titled Welcome. In the name of the founder of Footfall Station, conqueror of the staff, builder of outposts, the noble rogue trader Persimus Devane, and on behalf of all his descendants, I welcome you. The cogitator was installed on the order of the illustrious Persimus, so that the needy may tap into the follow of his wisdom. Cast your eyes upon the list section. Okay. Persimus Devane. I've never had such rogue trader house. Lord Captain Persimus Devane, one of the tribal eyes of the Chronos Expanse and the station's founder. I've read about his great... Oh, I was so missing this music. I'm just in shock how good it is. Just basically, what do we hear? Some organ and... I don't know, broken instruments clinking each other, but oh my god, that's so good. I've read about this his great deeds. Lord Divine was once colonel of Astra Militarum, but his will later inherited warrant. He accumulated enough power to gather a small fleet of loyal allies and venture out to conquer the Chronos Expanse. They say Footfall was meant to be his personal place, Palace World. Palace? Yeah, like castle, something like that. Own world, but construction dragged on for decades, and Lord Persimus eventually died of old age. His enemies instantly tore Footfall to pieces and turned it into the bastion of humanity we know today. One that is full of bandits, privateers, hustlers, and rogue traders. You don't really like rogue trader, yeah. Footfall Station has been... Yeah, okay. Guys, I get... Attempt emergency repair. Succeed. Cogitator is not working properly. One of the first structures was Colossal Statue of the Emperor. Yeah, really needed that, I guess, in the new world. Okay. Great person was demanding. I'm not going to read all of this because it's going to take a lot of time. So, if you would like you can read, guys. Whoever is listening like podcast during walk or workout or whatever, guys, nothing important happening. Nothing important happening for real. Okay, some goods here, there. Going to scavenge everything. You know, oh yeah, now I do remember. There was stuff with 15 willpower, yeah? Tell me about yourself. I don't think there is a lot. Oh! Sorry. There is actually a quest. Okay. Let me see. Xenos on Rampage. There are whispers of footfall about Xenos, those cursed enemies of humanity carrying out raids on inhabited worlds and oh my god. It's morning time. I'm not at work. Restlessly. No. Okay. How do I put that? Rampagingly destroying Imperial outposts. Okay. That's the rumors. Also, the one thing I would like to check out more those rumors, but I don't want to waste a lot of time. Eh? I thought I saw. Oh, this one. No. That's for. For some other willpower. Oh yeah, sanctic powers. That's sanctic. That's buffs. But it was here. This stuff, yeah. Solid shield. Shield swing. Yeah, okay. One-handed melee sword. No, heavy flamer. Nice, heavy flamer. Am I missing it? Dark Visionary Hood. 10 bonus to willpower and 15% damage to psychic and navigator powers, but inflict 10 penalty to weapon ability. Oh my goodness, that's good one. Power claymore. That's two-handed. That's two-handed. That's, oh my god, level 7. Okay. Never mind. What do we... Oh, some loot here and there. First mate. Where's... Huh? Oh. Let's get over here. Over yonder. Logistics. We're going to check on this. Pascal. Oh, hello. That's nice of you. Huh? Goods. Ooh, Server Skull. And why didn't I do that? I don't know. Guys, the heat, the amount of work I have is not doing good with my mental state. Yeah, anyway. Lights and thistles running work and 40% bonus to resolve from the unyielding beacon ability instead of original bonus. That's also something that Inquisitor had, if I remember correctly. Yeah, let's go this way, I guess. Hello, another one. Let's store everything. Hello, those first mate Duggan. What's going on, Em? The low hum of voices quiets and the dozens gazes shifts to you. First mate Duggan. Greetings, you must be... glances at the scroll and his mechanical hand implant. Master Fidelio, all guests have arrived. You're the last one of the list and we couldn't well start without you. Your presence is absolutely vital. Oh! Okay, let's play. Play along. Of course, I'm Fidelio. Please, we can talk later. Chaplans is about to begin. What is this tomfoolery? Tomfoolery. Tomfoolery, yeah? Tomfoolery. I guess something like that. Awareness, look around, should be succeeded, yeah. The gathering you found yourself at seems refined and respectable at first glance. The decorations at the attendants closest speak of wealth, and so does the location, which isn't far from Lich residence, but you notice that most of those gathered are of rather imposing physics. Many of them have scars and military-grade implants. Several of the guests look like they're covering the exit. A few are clearly carrying concealed weapons. Oh. Your appearance has definitely attracted everyone's attention. Just about every guest here keeps glancing at you, and some are clearly watching your every move, even though they are trying not to show it. I guess we shouldn't say like that. Maybe someone can hear it. Let's join the attendants. I want to see what is this about. Oh. Someone went to the Emperor itself. Clerk. Oh, what a terrible, sorrowful day. We pay our respect to the life and soul of Footfall Society, our loyal servant of the Imperium, generous benefactor who spread no expense to keep the fire of faith burning, and an example to all future generations, the most noble and unforgettable Master Bellardo. This loss, the Fuzzy Administratorium clerk speaks in strained voice and keeps speaking at the paper with next. Okay, as always, everything is always. So let us offer a prayer to the Emperor for the response of Masters Bellardo's soul and prosperity of his heirs. I now pass you over to our most reverend chaplain. Chaplain, and here you are, you vultures. Let's... And here you all are, you vultures. Let's offer a prayer then, but if you think that Emperor or the messenger of his will in other worlds myself doesn't see into your wild souls, you are sorely mistaken. Huh? I wasn't referring to Master Fidelio, at least Dance himself wanted to see him at his funeral, but the rest? I know every one of you, and I would be astonished to discover anyone here who truly mourns this loss. So go ahead, pray to Belado's soul, soon the flames will take him. A fitting end for life like his. May the Emperor keep his soul. Are you drunk? Or there is something really bad going on. Table with drinks.
I've read about this.
People definitely want the Fidelio dead. Sorry. Odd smell on this. I must say, it seems likely the drink has been poisoned. Ooh. Something not going on here. Monza walks pattern and prays for the deceased a fresh interest and also repentance with the signature underneath feet. The letters are barely legible. Okay. What can we say about that? A blood maintains a grave expression befitting the occasion until he sees the face of the deceased. He frowns. He peers at it with suspicion, then he gasps, astonished, almost dazed. I'll be disquiet the meeting, if it can be called such under the circumstances. Take a good look. Can we? Yes, succeeded 80%. I'm surprised. The implants left in the deceased body speak of his high standing, expensive tech. It's typically extracted from the dead, and only the most prominent and wealthy avoid this fate upon their death. Abla, do you know this man? Do I? I would tell you all about this man. But the words I'd use would be improper for the funeral. This, your lordship, is Jerrican Dance, known back in the days as one of the notorious pirates in the Corona's expense. Oh. They nicknamed him Jerrican for his habit of having a jug or two of Prometheum on hand. He did love burning things, oh yes, he was a menace back then. How long was it? 6 years ago? I was serving my last days in the Navy when news came of his latest attack. Well. There was time when the sight of Jerrican in a coffin would have been enough to make me dance, quite literally, by the throne. I would have danced in a jig on the spot, but now I don't know. No more jumping into the warp right from under the cruiser's nose, eh? You old beast. Who would have thought I'd be at your funeral? This is very grand for a pirate's funeral. Is this normal for footfall? Folks on footfall are known to turn a blind eye to many things, but even the locals aren't so unscrupulous as the honor pirates come. A few pieces away from the liege's residence, but no one has heard of Dance for so many decades. I barely reconsider him myself, and I've seen his face on pics a fair few times back then. I assume he tried and started a more or less honest life under a new name. What was they were calling him Master Belado. Now I remember. Reverend Henomus mentioned of the name Master Belado as one of the biggest donors to the temple. Step away from coffin. That's quite
Is
interesting.
there money to be made?
Up close, Chaplin leaves an even stronger impression. A tall, burly man whose face and hands bear numerous scars. His entire visage seemed to be the story of many heretics who met their end upon their encounter with this adept of the true faith. Chaplin gives you a friendly nod, but his gaze is intense, like he's trying to get a sense of who you are. Pleasure to meet you, Master Fidelio. I prefer to go by Chaplin. It is both my name and my occupation. You know, it's funny how, despite being Danz's, that is to say, Master's beloved, closest associate and confessor, I've never heard of you, the man he chose to be his sole heir. I'm glad, of course, that inheritance didn't go any of the others, the vultures, but I'm still curious, why you? Persuasion, we especially close. Succeeded. Chaplin's nods. Unsurprising, Dance did like remarkable people, and he knew how to get people to like him. Given your speech during the ceremony, I take it you not fond of the other attendants. I'm missionary of Saint Drossus, and the truth of the Imperial speaks through me, so I see no point in pretense. All who have gathered here have one goal: to bite a chunk out of Danz's estate. Ambitions and aspirations of wealth are not immortal and of themselves, but it's just that I'm sickened by the thought that such a great man has left behind nothing but a pile of human refuse. His son is drunk and weakling. His friend Dagan, the one who greeted you at the entrance, is a dim-witted brute with an incredibly bloated ego. His widow made of once a family yacht in the direction of the mall while his body was still warm, with an encourage of 5 brawny, good-looking young fellows. Not surprised, actually. I'd like to believe that he didn't choose you as his hair on a whim, Master Fidelo. At least you had the guts to come here into the nest of vipers who despise you because Dan's money and property slips through their fingers. I respect that kind of audacity, and so did he. Oh, things are getting spicy. We can receive something, yeah, I guess. A question, if I may. How was it that ecclesiarchy missionary came to be friend and associate of a famous pirate? Chaplin chuckles. The scars on his face grow even more prominent. Do you know why they call me Chaplin? It's because I was the priest of Dan's ship in his wilder days. If you're surprised, you shouldn't be. There are plenty of heretics come among the pirates in the Expanse, but Dance wasn't one of them. He was a true believer, and he shaded more than shared more of the Imperium's idols than some of those stiff-necked officers. A leader with an iron fist and iron will. Don't we owe our conquest of thousands of star systems to people like that? Well, partly. And the ones he robbed were mostly types that not true subjects of the Imperium would shed a tear over. Xenos, heretics, not all of them of course, but the Emperor will judge if Dance was a decent man. On the matter of the inheritance, where can I claim it? You just can't wait, can't you? After the funeral, Dance will be delivered into the flames, then we will announce his last will and testament, and you will officially come into your inheritance. Oh, I guess it would not be that easy. You have strong suspicions that someone here wants me dead. You don't say. How can this be? Someone wants the sole heir of the tremendous fortune dead, in the place where the other contenders deprived of the riches have gathered. If you, Master Fidelio, really are worthy of Dan's name, you will deal with as minor vicissitudes. Consider this my blessing. The Emperor protects anyone who deserves it. That it is. Thank you for speaking to me. I must go. Okay, really, oh, really interesting. Who the hell are you? Adelia. The girl dressed in expensive clothes raises her sad little face at you and says, a severe voice, "Hello. I don't trust you already. Who are you and what are you doing here?" "Hiding. I thought I was going to cry and I didn't want anyone to see. My name is Adelia Belado. That's my grandpa in the box." "The tears will pass, Adela. The tears will pass. The strength will return and your courage will never leave you." Adele trusts her smile, then she nods seriously. "If you do not wish to be parted from your forefathers and sever his head, embalm it and put it in your bed." Gibella's voice sounds mundane, like she's explaining the most basic things. "Speak to him before you go to sleep and after you wake up, and the way he will stay with you." What? Adela shrinks away fearfully, looking to you for protection. I'm not commenting that. "Where are your parents?" "My dad is Gus Belado. He's with the guests, and my mom ran away. They told me she hates dad and grandpa. I guess she hates me too, I don't know. It was a long time ago. I don't even miss her anymore. I miss grandpa. He was the nicest." "Have you ever heard name Fidelio?" "It's someone my dad is very mad at, but dad is always mad at everyone. My grandpa, mom, Doug and Chaplin." "Did your grandfather ever mention the word repentance to you?" "He did. That word kept appearing in our house and nobody knew who wrote it. It used to make grandpa happy, and when I was little, he always smiled when he saw it, but then later when I was a little bigger and grandpa was already old, it stopped making him happy. He was sad. He would just sit there and stare at nothing, and after that, when he got sick." She stops, her big eyes glittering with tears. Yeah, repentance. Okay. Repentance, sorry. When he got sick, the writing started to scare him. More and more of it appeared. Repentance, repentance, repentance. Even in his bedroom. One more time he pointed at the word and said something very weird about dead eyes and about cobras going to class. "What did you say? Cobras going to class? Are you sure this is what your grandfather said?" "Of course I'm sure. When grandpa was ill, I sat with him, and this one time he just started talking about cobras. I was sad, but it was also a little funny. Cobra get to class, he said. Perhaps this is the old Navy officer in me talking, but I'm almost certain that he wasn't talking about Snake, but Cobra class destroyer, Cobra going to class, you see? Maybe someone left some strange words in the book of remembrances. If they were from the Fidelia, That wasn't you doing by any chance? Ha! That wouldn't be as funny prank, but I don't play pranks. It was someone else. Maybe Fidelio did it very quietly, or maybe it was someone who not on the list, but also someone nobody would suspect. I must take my leave. Goodbye.
Keep your wits about you.
Something really interesting going on. Ceremony guest. Oh, goodies. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whew. It looks like deliberately set trap meant to collapse a part of the building.
Rise to the top.
I've almost jumped out from my chair. Okay, 1025. 2025. My god. That's a huge numbers actually. I believe you have? Yeah, you have. Where is the shotgun? Yep. Here you go. The better version of shotgun. And you will have I don't know what you should have. Keep it that way. We need this one? No. Add the cargo. Add the cargo. We don't need those. Ooh, that was actually a scary one. Again. The little man who welcomed you at the entrance is shifting from foot to foot and keeps glancing around with a gloomy expression. He knows you sympathetically, Master Fidelio. You never introduced yourself. I'm Dego Otheo. I was first mate on the dance ship, I mean Master Bellardo. Given the deceased former occupation, I have good idea what role you played under his command. They used to call me Torch. His jerrycans, I'm Torch. His jerrycan, I'm Torch. Those were the days. How did Bellardo die? Badly. He went downhill real fast. Just a year ago he was still living it up, storming the slum asteroid to shoot riffraff and mutants, and then all of a sudden he was done. His old wounds had caught up with him, and he had plenty of those both from the old days and more recent ones, like when somebody tried to bump him off 12 years back, I think it was. Did Bellardo ever mention repentance to you? No, but I know what you're talking about. The scribes in his home, right? Yeah, it happened alright. It happened alright. That writing just appeared out of nowhere. On the wall, the mirrors, and always the same one word, repentance. I told him to get the psycho to check his house for sorcery, but he said no, too precisely, I guess. He said something about that, how he had already paid too much for repentance. Not a lot of psychos around, and a single one of them will cost you as much as a term of top-notch bruisers. I must take my leave. Okay. Cast Bellardo. Let's talk to you. Clerk. You hear someone delicately cleaning their throats. The source of this sound turns out to be Administrator Clerk you saw next to Chaplain. His clothes are neat and impassibly pressed. His face, however, reveals extreme nervous, bordering on fear. My God, Master Fidelio, I do hope you're satisfied with the service provided by our establishment. He leans in a little closer and whispers, I beg you, help me. But please keep the voice down. We can't let anyone hear us. It's a matter of life and death. There will... This is a trap. This is a trap. I suspect. What the matter? And the clerk whispers, the sweat from his brow nervously. Please understand, it's very difficult to get by on football with my wages, and Imperial Regulation 4030-8L on postmortal service worker on peripheral worlds directly prohibits the chief operator of the crematorium from leaving the workplace for any reason other than sleep, food, severe illness, and administration of sacrament. Therefore, I am forced, practically forced, to look for other sources of income that allow me to stay with the walls of this here establishment. I've set up a little, shall we say, enterprise. I replace the implants of the deceased with identical replicants and sell them to the right people when I have a shipment ready. I had just prepared the newest batch of superb, unique implants in the highest quality, but I got careless. I used my first sick leave in 4 standard years, and it was on that very day that Master Belada passed away, and his family was quick to organize a ceremony in our crematorium. I simply didn't have time to prepare. And now my container full of goods it's in furnace, and if you don't help me, they're going to burn any minute. I will help you on the following Oh, we're doing such a bad thing. I will help you on the following condition. You see, I'm most definitely Master Fidelio. I'm afraid I've misplaced some of my documents. If you make me a copy of everything you can find in the archives that has my name on it, you'll get your contraband. This can help me get the Herit, I guess. Oh, I'm such a bad person. Of course, will do. You'll be most pleased with the results. Just help me for the throne's sake. Like, I'm trying to help people. I'm trying to be a good man all the time. Like, if you asking why I'm doing such a things like that right now, I'm trying to be a good person. Yeah, basically. But I can't see no evil in taking what belonged to a pirate from the other pirates and bastards. So that's my motivations, I guess. Throne preserve you. Make it look like you're just having a look around. It's just a lot easier for you to wander into restricted area without arousing suspicion that it is for me. Find the container. It's in the far corner. Get out and come back to me. I'll be waiting. Okay. We need to get the container.
Watch out.
Oh.
Let us not dawdle.
Demolition.
Duty prevails.
Some stuff. This self-firing trap wasn't placed here by an accident. Of course, the traps are not placed by an accident. But I guess we all know why it's here. Okay, guys. I hope you liked this episode. I need to go and start preparing to work.
I always keep my options open.
that's why today's episode is not going to be a really huge one. Next time we're going to crematorium, we'll see what we can do about this inheritance. Maybe we will claim it, maybe not. This depends. But anyway, I'm wishing you a good day and I will see you really soon. Bye bye.